So what was supposed to have been a simple 4-day cruise turned out to be no Carnival for anyone aboard the ship. And now Carnival Cruise Lines faces a potential tidal wave of legal action. The first federal lawsuit has already been filed, and we want to talk it over with someone who knows the cruise business from the inside. Jay Herring is a former senior cruise ship officer on the Carnival line and the author of The Truth of Cruise Ships. Great to have you with us. Good morning.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So what is the truth? How does a fire disable a ship that massive?
So the Carnival Triumph in particular is powered by 6 diesel electric generators, and each is the size of a bus. And 80% of the electricity used on board goes towards propulsion. So it looks like we don't have all the details yet, but the fire doesn't look like it took out the engines, but probably the power grid, power panel, or maybe the wiring.
Mm-hmm. There are regulations in place now that new ships have to have backup systems, correct? Mm-hmm. But the problem is these old ships can't be retrofitted.
Exactly. It's too costly to try to duplicate, something with a ship that's not designed that way. So I think we may see new regulations or some cruise lines voluntarily adding additional backup generators on these older ships.
Mm-hmm. Are these ships just too big to predict what's going to happen and also to protect the people who are on board?
The larger they get, surely the more the logistics get more difficult. The great thing why ships are so big is because the larger they get, the more affordable they become for everyone, just the economies of scale of it.
Right. They can make more money. The cruise lines can make a lot more money by having more people on board.
And the cruise fare is a lot more affordable for passengers.
Right. As Anna Werner noted, this ship was registered in the Bahamas, mm-hmm. Which is fairly common. Why is that?
So they call this flags of convenience. Uh-huh. And what that means is when they register the ships in these areas, then they don't have to adhere to all the U.S. labor restrictions and other regulations if it were flagged in the U.S.
The first lawsuit has now been filed. Do you see more coming? And also, maritime law, how are they going to handle this in courts? Do the people have a case?
They may have a case and they may settle out of court. I don't think we'll ever see this actually go to trial. But I think that passengers who are eager to sue are, in general, have less happiness than those who take this in stride.
What do you mean by that?
If you're always out looking to what can I get out of this? Can I make some money out of this? Who can I sue? Who can I attack? Then I just don't think you're as happy a person.
Don't you think, though, these people, I mean, they were literally living in squalor, and part of the reason for that is this cruise line, whether they like it or not, put them on the boat, and the boat had a problem.
No question. And if we look at the interviews from the passengers that come off, you're always going to have some that just say, oh, this is the worst experience. I will never cruise again in my life. And at the other extreme, you're going to see passengers that say, I'm ready to cruise tomorrow. I would. I understand things happen. You're on a boat, millions of moving parts. Something's going to happen eventually.
All right. Jay Herring, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.